on YouTube. Man, I wish I could see this view. I am taking a me day. I just wanted to share this view with you guys. So for this video, we are going to be doing a dope transformation. You probably thought I was gonna cut all his hair off, but no, he wanted a nice trim. Again, not too much, not too little. And that's what we did. We gave what the client wanted, right? We shaped it up and we gave a nice taper. He likes a real low taper on the side, so that's what we did. And just so you know, he normally rocks it with a curl sponge, but he wanted to leave the shop like that. So happy Father's Day to all the hardworking, biggest role model fathers out there. Happy Father's Day. If no one's ever told you, or if anyone hasn't told you in a long time, you're doing a good job, you matter. What you do for those kids matter, and being in their lives matters. So again, happy Father's Day, and let's go ahead and jump into this video, guys. Let's go. All right, y'all, so we got my clipper. We are freehanding this hair up top, creating a nice shape. We don't want to take too much off, but we want to make sure that we give a nice trim, a nice shape to it. It's better off to do this with a clipper, as I'm doing it right now, or a detachable clipper with like a 5/0 blade, 5/0 blade. But if you do this with a trimmer, it might not cut as precise as a clipper would. So we're just making sure, again, keeping a nice shape, a nice round shape. And there is a way to do this to make sure that you are creating the right shape all the way around. You can do this in sections. Now, there's some longer hairs that are not kind of almost like dreaded up. So you want to make sure you use your opposite hand to pull that hair out and clip it. But be mindful in the front. It is a little lighter in the front too. So we're just making sure we keep an eye on that, and we don't want to cut too much off. But this was already picked out, so we're just freehanding it. We're also going to do a taper too, like I said in the beginning of this video. But yeah, guys, just try to have a steady, calm hand while doing this. Try to make sure your clients don't have any sudden movements. But yeah, just be very careful when you're doing this, because anything can go wrong while doing this. Make sure you have a nice grip on that clipper. And this is a shape that we created. So let's go ahead and jump into this taper. So right here, I'm using my trimmer to create that first guideline. And normally it's almost like an undercut, because after he sponges it, it's kind of like a disconnected. But being that we freehanded everything, we're gonna kind of have it blend right into the longer hair. So now this is our lever all the way open for our next panel. After we do the lever all the way open, right there, we just notched it to the middle. So we moved that lever on the side to the middle, still attacking that line. And now we just closed it, and that's gonna remove that first panel. So started with the trimmer, then we went to our clipper, lever open, put it in the middle, and then closed it. Now we have a 1 guard on there. Always make sure to ask your client to look down a little bit, or you can lightly press down on the client's head, and he'll most likely, or she will most likely understand that they want you to look down. So, and you want to make sure you have not necessarily flicking out, but a nice scooping method coming off right off that parietal ridge, not parietal ridge, occipital bone, my bad. And again, same steps as we did with no guard. Lever open, put it in the middle, and then closed it. So now this is our 2 guard, and we're just kind of shaping that into the longer hair, but also removing that panel right underneath that longer hair. After we do this lever all the way open, we're gonna put it in the middle and then close it. This is pretty much the same steps that I use for any type of hair, any type of haircut, open, middle, close. And the reason why you do open, middle, close is because it's trial and error. If you start with the lever closed, then you can create yourself a lighter spot or a bald spot that you can't get out. So starting with the lever open, you give yourself room to make a mistake, right? Or if it's not cutting, then you're able to move that lever in a closed position and then you'll see it cut. So after the 2, we jump to our 1.5 guard. And if you've been watching my channel from the beginning, I've always said I jump from a 1 guard to a 2 guard, and then I come back down to my 1.5 guard because I feel like it leaves gradiency. I feel like it leaves a nice contrast from light, medium to dark. After that 1.5 guard, as the same steps as the other guards, open, middle, close, you want to go to your 1 guard, lever open, and that's going to blend in whatever that 1.5 guard left behind, favoring the corners of that guard or blade. All right, so now what's going to bring this blend together is a 1/2 guard or a 0 guard or your 1/16 guard, depending on what clipper set you're using. So this is the Gamma Ergos, and I have the 1/16 guard on there, lever all the way open. I'm using the Marty Blends transparent clipper guards. They fit perfect on these Ergos. And again, guys, same steps, open, middle, close. After I started with the lever open, I see that I can start working my way down, and that's going to blend out whatever the 1 guard left behind. After you do your 1/2 guard, you can take it off as I did right there. And I'm using the lever all the way open to remove anything that the 1/2 guard did not remove. And that's pretty much going to blend in the back taper. Hope everybody enjoyed their day and their family for Father's Day. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and start the taper on the sides. Again, guys, he wants a low taper. He doesn't want a mid or high taper. He wants to see the curve from the C cup into the taper on the bottom. So again, you see how it's disconnected because after we had picked it out, it had already had a disconnected look. So we're not gonna really mess with that line too much, but we're just gonna blend it in as much as possible because again, he's gonna go home and sponge it up. So the highest guard that we used on the sides was a 2 open, as we're doing right here, because I want some darkness up top leading into the longer hair. So we're really favoring the left side of this clipper to really get that taper nice and blurry. Now, you may think to yourself, because you are a professional barber and you know this, right? A medium or high taper will last a lot longer than a low taper. However, it's what the client wants. It's what he asked for. So that's what we did. And look, we're favoring the left side and right side of this blade. That way we can blend that bottom taper in. So now once we put this line up, everything's gonna start coming together. It's gonna look crispy. It's gonna look blended. The shape up top looks really, really good. Another thing you can do if you had the time, or if you just wanted to go back and double cross-check your work, you can re-pick this out and shape it back up again. Sometimes it takes more than one time, but I've been doing this for a real long time, and I feel like one pass is pretty good, especially if you pick it out really good the first time. So you see, I wanted to leave that area dark. That way I can have a nice transition from the C cup to the bottom of that taper. Just lightly tapping at that line to create the first line, and then we go back and rerun it through with the trimmer. This is the shaver to get it nice and bald. Now we're gonna go ahead and line him up. And we're gonna be mindful for the front. It is kind of light in the left and right corners of his hairline. However, we do not want to push this back. And he did not ask for color enhancements. He does not do fibers or anything like that. We all know that it could have worked, but this is not what the client wanted. So don't come after me in the comment section. But guys, this is pretty much the finished cut. Tapers on the side, tapers on the back. We're gonna go ahead and do some finished lineup work and hit it with the razor. But I hope you enjoyed this haircut tutorial, and hopefully you learned something from it. If you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment. It does great for the channel and algorithm of YouTube. And as always, Team Gifted, stay gifted. Love y'all, man. Peace.